Hello, I'm Tulip and this is my doll garden. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna go into the dollar store because I am looking for those miniature little Monster High figurines and Barbie figurines. I've seen other doll collectors who have found them and it's my time to go look for them. So come with me to the store to see if we can find the little figurines. Well, I made it home after a successful shopping spree. So let's go inside. I can't wait to show you what I bought. On the first part, you came with me. We went to the dollar store and found all the Barbie Fashionista little figurines as well as the Monster High. So come with me to part 2. These tiny little figurines found at the dollar store. These are not made by Mattel. These are made by a different company that obviously have the licensing to do these dollies. So what I did is try to find who exactly these little dolls represented. I figured that they were fashionistas, and they are indeed fashionistas. So I went into this big excursion, a big rabbit hole, trying to find out who each and every one of these dollies represent. So I found them. So I'm going to open them up because the glare is all over the place and you can't see them or appreciate them. So I'm going to open them and I'm going to talk which fashionista they represent. Now, unfortunately, I don't have none of these fashionistas, but I do have some other ones that share the same face mold. So we're going to talk about that. So this is the first figurine, and she is here representing Fashionista number 20. I do not have the real doll, but I'll show you the face mold. I really like this because, yeah, okay, the faces may not be, you can truly appreciate that the details on the face are very well painted. Look at those curls. Her dress with these geometric blotches. I don't know if they're supposed to be flowers. They don't continue on the back of her dress. And she's wearing blue heels. Fashionista number 20 has the Kim face mold. And I have these dolls. She is 2022 standard fashion Barbie. So this is the Kim face mold that this little doll is supposed to be representing. This one here is the very iconic Fashionista number 22. She is from 2016. And she's pretty iconic because this outfit always reminds me of Snow White. Maybe because of the color combination. But she comes in a curvy body. Long hair. I do not have this fashionista in particular, but I have a doll with a Daisy face mold, and she is 2019 Dreamhouse Adventure Daisy. This one is 2020 Barbie Extra number 1, and she is also a Daisy face mold. I find it fascinating how changing the skin color, the makeup, the screening, the hair gives the same face mold a complete different personality. And these two Daisy face molds represent this tiny little figurine. This is Fashionista number 24. The actual doll doesn't come with this jumper, but they use this in a article representing other body types. And she has the petite body type. And she has this Keeper Dream House face mold. Look how beautiful this is. So this fashionista is representing the face mold of this little figurine. Next one up, this little figurine represents 2006 fashionista number 27. And she also comes in the curvy body type. She comes with her iconic blue hair. Again, I don't have none of these fashionistas because most of these figurines are representing fashionistas from the 2016 group. And at that time, I was not collecting fashionistas. So I do not have any of this group. This fashionista has the Neisha face mold, which is represented here by fashionista number 29, as well as the Made to Move Teresa. So these two Barbie dolls are representing the face mold of Barbie fashionista number 27. This beautiful lady is 2006 fashionista number 30, and she comes in the tall body type. And she has the Olivia face mold. I really appreciate the attention to detail in such a tiny little figurines. I do not have fashionista number 30, but a 2019 fashionista 137 represents the face mold that this little figurine is trying to represent. I was looking through so many websites and different pictures to find this particular dolly. I could not find her in this outfit, but then I realized that she is the exact same doll as the previous one we just saw. But they used this outfit in an article that spoke about how Mattel was now using the different body types. And this dolly is representing the tall body type. She has the same face mold as this one. So these two would be the exact same doll, fashionista number 30. This little lady gave me a hard time trying to figure out who she was because I was looking for that outfit in a blonde. And I look and I look and I almost gave up. After looking at 1,000 pictures, I realized that she is wearing the outfit of fashionista number 38. 2016 fashionista number 38 is actually brunette. And that one, for some reason, came with some fashions. Like she came with 3 different outfits. One of which is this same outfit. This dolly here comes in the curvy body. And she also has the Daisy face mold. This mermaid is one of the most beautiful mermaids out there on the market. And another little figurine that gave me such a hard time trying to find is this little lady here. And only because I was looking for a fashionista wearing a white dress with red flowers. The only return that I had was fashionista number 205. And I'm satisfied to think that this is fashionista 205 because of the way the dress is constructed. That it almost looked like she's wearing a red dress. But I can understand that they probably were not able to produce tiny flowers. These flowers are already very tiny because these figurines are probably not even 2 inches tall. And fashionista 205 comes with the Millie face mold. I don't have fashionista 205, but I have plenty Millie dolls to show you what this face mold looks like. And now let's move on to the Monster High little figurines that I found at the dollar store. And first one up is Draculaura. This doll is representing the first Draculaura that we saw in the Generation 3 Monster High dolls. And it's clear to see that she is representing this beautiful Draculaura. This is the first Draculaura that we saw when Monster High was revived. Now, if you don't have this Draculaura, I suggest you buy her because after the core refresh, this Draculaura is no longer in production. Now, let's talk about the details. Okay, some might argue that the face is a little bit wonky, but to be fair, these are really, really tiny. This little face is smaller than a penny. And for them to have painted the eyes and the little lips is a lot. So I give them credit. The only thing is that she needs black stockings here to match the real socks of the real doll. But I think overall this tiny little figurine is representing well Draculaura. I'm going to also apply some black paint to Draculaura's socks. And I realize that the actual doll socks are not this dark, but it's okay. I'm going to paint them black and then check and see if I like them like that. But just by adding some fine details to whatever you're doing, you can elevate your project. And something very spectacular about these little dollies is that if you haven't noticed, Draculaura here is wearing her pink ring on her hand. That is amazing, attentive to details. And here's the final look of Draculaura with her newly painted black stockings. I think she came out amazing. And the next figurine here is Claudine. This Claudine here is very, very accurate. Okay, her hair is a little bit lighter. It looks white, but it seems to be very, very light lilac. But I would like to paint this a little bit darker, maybe a little bit more brown. But let's look at the details. This little figurine, I think, is accurately representing Claudine. A few variations. She has black sleeves while Claudine has purple. But I think is really, really dead on. And while Claudine wears purple boots and black socks, this little figurine has purple boots. And what I can do to make this little figurine a little bit more accurate to the doll would be to paint the socks black and add a little bit more brown to the hair. But overall, this little figurine is very, very cute. I'm going to add a little bit of black to Claudine's socks so that they are a little bit more accurate, just like the doll has them. Sometimes it takes just to add a little bit to your projects so they can be so much nicer. It is very difficult to paint these tiny, tiny details, but I hope you can see a little bit of the gold that I put on Claudine's shoes. I'll finish these boots so they look as nice as the real ones. Let's do that. Claudine's hair is almost like a very pale lilac. It almost looks gray or white. So I want to add a little bit of her iconic brown to her hair. I'm just going to dry brush it and see how that comes out. I think she's starting to look more like Claudine with a little bit more brown on her hair. And there is Claudine with a little bit more brown on her hair. Also, she's got her black socks and gold trimming on her boots. Very nice. Next, I found Frankie. And the fine details on this tiny little doll are just amazing. The little face, the hair, the detail on the skirt, everything. Very, very nice. And very, very accurate to the real doll. Very, very attentive to detail, even on the shoes and the prosthetic leg. The hair is very accurate. I probably would need to add a little bit more blonde on the little figurine to match the doll a little bit closer. But I think this is a very nice, very accurate representation of the actual doll. And last but not least, we have Laguna Blue. And here she is. They have some really funny faces, but I really appreciate all the detail, down to her fanny pack, her blue shorts, the fins on her legs, and the sculpting on her shoes. I am going to add some pink to her shoe mold to make them look closer to what the real doll is wearing. But let's not forget that she has actually a cell phone, a pink cell phone, just like the real doll has. I can truly applaud and appreciate this tiny, tiny face. They really didn't have to do this for us, but look at this little figurine. She even has lashes. Now, this is truly amazing. And of course, this little figurine is representing the first Laguna Blue. My Laguna is now wearing her regular outfit, although she does have her blue fanny pack, because she was enjoying herself in the swimming pool. But you can really appreciate the multi-colors on the hair they use in this tiny little figurine, and all the effort that went into making sure that these tiny little figurines really and truly represent the actual dolls. I am really grateful that the manufacturers of these figurines are distributing these little collector items in stores like Dollar Store so that they can be accessible to many, many people. And here they are, these beautiful, amazing little figurines from the Dollar Store. Draculora, Frankie, Laguna Blue, and Claudine. They are ready to decorate my Monster High shelf. Okay. Well, so that you have it, we went to the dollar store looking for the Barbie Fashionista little figurines as well as the Monster High little figurines. And fortunately, we were successful. And I really hope that you like these videos when we go together to the stores looking for dolls and toys and little figurines. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for being here with me today. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing, give me a like, and write a comment below. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next time. Bye.